So, as always, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, PA. I just crossed this little creek. I've not actually hiked this in the past, but I'm not too far from places I have been, which would be maybe a quarter mile that way. I'm parked that way somewhere. Maybe a quarter mile is the road. So I figured I'd come in these parts. They'll eventually tie into a bigger creek this way. And if I reach that creek, I can take it left to Spruce Run Trail to give you an idea of where I'm at, I guess. But I'm finding a lot of stumps, a lot of fallen trees. Just scoping out the area, just seeing what it's about. And I come across things like these gnarly things. You know how I get about my cubicle fractures. Check these out. This stump's kind of giving the finger. If you've watched previous videos where I've seen cubicle fractures, I show you how it just breaks apart in my hand by squeezing these pieces. They chip off perpendicularly to the grain of the wood. See if I can focus on this cube, these chunks. But that's what's called brown rot. And there's a select species, there's a few species of brown rot that I'm interested in finding. Birch polypore, chicken of the woods, to name a couple. So the way it's been going today is I went in the woods all geared up, had backpack, had my walking stick, had my boots. And I found one thing. And that was a couple videos ago I posted about the hexagonal pored polypore. I was looking for more than that. Came out of the woods. Took everything off, boots off, backpack off, stick, set it up. Broke for lunch. Decided to just walk maybe an eighth of a mile from my pickup, or from my Suburban. And lo and behold, I find a mushroom I've been seeking for probably over a year now for a specimen I could possibly clone and then do grow bag experiments with it. Getting to a point of maybe having something that's cultivatable on a bulk scale for selling mushrooms. So anyway, find those. I had nothing with me but my phone. And not even my boots on. So I'm figuring if today's going to be like one of those days, I'm just going to come out here without my stick, just play around. Got my phone, turn it on, and just remember which way I need to go to get back. And see what happens. You're tagging along. So phone's on, phone's doing its thing. See what happens today on Explored with Mr. Jeff. I did find fallen birch that had birch polypore, old stuff that had, when it hit the ground, knocked them off, and they were sitting alongside a long log. All right, look at this. This is the big creek, guys. I didn't have to go through anything too thick that I even needed my stick to come down here. So this is kind of a neat point to get through here. But I do notice that the creek's a little bit laid out differently than down by the trail. meaning I don't see much rapids. I do right there, I suppose, with a little island. But right here, a little bit deeper. I'm not going swimming tonight. Looks like another island up here, maybe. But that, you see that? This guy right here, the bark cracked on it too. That looks like something like a reishi spot. If not now, in the making. Let's see what else we can see over here. Just remember, I'm not going too far into this. At least that's what I'm saying right now. We're not committing to anything over the top or aggressive on the hunt. I see a lot of sand build up through here on this little part. This might be a little island strip right here going this way. Interesting what I might find laying along there, especially if there's some fallen trees. Yeah, let me go around this. We got mountain laurel here. Interesting. Kind of getting pulled away from it now, trying to avoid all that mountain laurel. I'm not going into anything thick, guys. Keeping it easy, off trail, but easy off trail. This is beginner level stuff. I do have my boots on, but I'm not trying to wade. Here we go. So picturesque, you might say. Yeah, not trying to cross. So tempting though. What do we got here? There's an old birch polypore right here. It came off of... What did you guys come off of? Look at that one. I see the bark with that darker birch. Must be this one right here, I'm guessing. This ain't the same thing. That's not birch. So I'm trying to find the mystery tree that fell off. Is it right in front of me? Is it this? Don't think so. Different kind of rot, different bark even, different tree. I should see like some brown rot birch. I didn't see it. I see this. Let's see how myceliated this all is. All that white. Look at these little guys. Let me grab one. Get you on camera. See cheese. Can we focus? It's hard to focus, but you're gonna like this if I can get some focus on it. Here, I'll put it on my hand. Can we see it now? There we go. I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera. I can see the color. It hasn't lost all its color yet, guys. But the outside of it has. This is one that's found, probably the most common polypore I'm finding. This is the violet tooth polypore. So actually, even though it's called a polypore, because it does have features that resemble polypore mushrooms, right? Very much shaped like polypore mushrooms. But the word polypore means many pores. These don't have pores. These have teeth. Here, I gotta get you a good shot of this. There. Can you guys see the teeth on it though? So imagine, similar to how a cat's tongue has that rough, scratchy texture. That's what you feel on the bottom of these. Even more so than a cat's tongue. There is some toothiness to these. So anyway, and they're violet when they're fresh. These lose color quickly. So going by the color violet as an identifying feature doesn't happen often. All right, I'm saying goodbye to the creek. I don't have much left on daylight, and I might find something on the way back, so I got to give myself a little bit of time. But I'm going into some different territory now. So let me try to avoid the thick stuff. Been through enough of that today. I hope you enjoy the videos, me going in the woods. If you never watched this channel before, I welcome you to subscribe. I'm trying hard to keep content going. New stuff. Me in the woods. And occasionally getting opportunities to visit the lab, put some time in. So we'll try to keep content for you guys. Some of you probably can't get out in the woods, so let me do it for you. And does a bear crap in the woods? All right. We'll keep the camera rolling for another minute or two, just to see what happens. Violet tooth polypore, nothing special for a guy like me. But I remember the first time I saw it in its full vibrancy with rich purple, excuse me, I got the hiccups, but it was rich purple violet color. And it was very impressive. Now about 99% of the time that I come across it, it's faded. It's white and dull colored. I think I'm gonna cross here. I got no stick to balance on, so you guys see what's going on. This ain't too bad. Even if I miss a rock, I'm gonna be okay. So let's do this. There we go. Have you been out in the woods yet? If you're still watching the video at this point, I ask you this question. You must be dedicated to this kind of stuff. So have you been out in the woods yet this season? If not, I hope you get an opportunity to. Things are starting to pop. Obviously, I'm seeing a lot of plants already. But we've gotten a few mushrooms coming out of the ground. That's a great sight, when all I've been finding are polypores that handle the winter just fine. Turkey tail you find in December, January. Found deer mushrooms. Found Flammulina velutifesia, velvet feet. Found those today. Getting me excited. Hey, if you see something while the camera's rolling and you're not hollering at me to stop, come on, help me out. No, there ain't much going on right now. At least out here I didn't see much. That would be neat if I could do live interactive video hikes. I'm going out in the woods doing YouTube live. You guys message me right there saying, hey, look left, or something silly like that. Interactive deep woods hiking with me. I'm sure it's possible. That would be weird though. I'd rather you just come out and hike with me. Full interactive. Instead of virtual reality, it's just reality. I do hope to have another hike this month and maybe one in June that would be open to the public. Get on my Facebook page. See when I post events. You can keep up with me there. And you can also message me on there. Folks have sent me pictures of mushrooms to help them identify them. I welcome that. The interaction is great. I appreciate it. I'm just pushing on this thing to see if it budges. Not so much. What do we see down there? I told myself I wouldn't get into the thick stuff. Here I am climbing over stuff. All right, you can definitely see myceliation. When I use the word myceliation, guys, I'm not being silly. You can see, here, I'll focus. See how it has a white color? Not just the yellow of the wood, but there's a white, like running between the fibers. I know my camera sucks. There, I hope you can see the white. That's fungal mycelium. That's the body of a fungus. And it's a network of hyphae or hypha that run through the log, interconnected. That is its fungal body. And when it sprouts a mushroom, that's just its kind of its spore launcher. Not a vital part of its body. And that's why I let you guys know that you're not harming the fungus. And you're not hurting the ecosystem to pluck a mushroom. To take a mushroom and take your knife to it and slice and dice it and open it up. Look at it. Learn about your mushrooms. I think I just got turned around, didn't I? I don't think it's supposed to get darker. We're going that way. Shoot, I've been looking down too long and got turned around there. But I hope you heard my PSA. Don't be ashamed to mess with mushrooms. Get to know them. Break them apart. Pick them. Whatever. You're not hurting them. In most cases, you're probably helping them because you're adding to their ability to disperse spores. Like when you see me throw mushrooms at a tree, trying to splatter them, I'm just helping them out. Okay, we're going the right way because there is the small creek to get to the big creek. Here we are. Where do I want to cross? Cross where the deer cross. They know what's up. This is where I'm crossing. Why not? All right. A lot of fiddleheads popping up. But not the kind I'm trying to pick. I think it was a little swampy in some parts, but it wasn't crazy. I promise I didn't get into anything thick. Kept it easy. And I know I'm not taking the same way back that I came. So, we're trailblazing the whole thing. Kind of making like a big oval loop, I think. But we are going back to the start. Now's when I wish I had my stick. Well, thank you for joining. maybe you found a couple things a little bit interesting. Hit that like button for me. I know the videos kind of still suck, but that's what happens. These things take time to grow. Working with what I got. But it's only going to get better, guys. So thank you. You guys are the real diehards. You came on board before 500 subscribers. We're at 499 as I make this video. So maybe by the end of the day, I hit 500. Happy Cinco de Mayo. This is Mr. Jeff. Until next time, peace.